I'm alive, people. I am here. Wagwan, everyone. I hope you're doing well and welcome back to Tariq Talks. But I can't even get my words out. TTF, people. Yeah, I am back with a watch along. Not just any watch along, guys. It's been a while since I have done any watch along, but I'm back with a non Arsenal related watch along, and we are here to watch Chelsea versus Liverpool together. Guys, it has been a while. TTF, I have missed you. I have missed doing these. And for those that are new or aren't very used to the TTF watch alongs, if you can hear me, is everything good? Please, I hope everything is going to be fine. We've had some troubles today, of course, already. I'm hoping that everything is fine. Hoping everything's good. Let me know. Give me thumbs up in the chat. Anyone, if everything is all fine and well, just give me one moment. I'm just trying to get this set up on here. Technical difficulties indeed. That's been the reason why. And it genuinely has been. For me, you know, Virgin Media was down. It gave me a scare. I set this stream up last night just before I went to sleep. It was very late. Very late when I set up this stream. And I thought, I'm going to do a watch along today. I'm going to be here. I'm going to be ready. And we're going to be here talking about football. You know what I mean? People, we barely talk about football. We watch the game together. We talk about bits and bobs. But yeah, we spend time together and just chill together, really. But I hope that everything will go well. Thank you. Big up my brother Paxton in here. Says slightly laggy at times, but apart from that, all good. Let's hope it gets better and it balances itself out. Let's hope it does do indeed. But I want to big up each and every one of you that is watching right now. Yes, Ed, a watch along. Big up yourself, my brother. I hope you're keeping good. Who from this Liverpool side gets into your Arsenal starting 11? Something that we can definitely talk about after the introductions. Big up yourself, Amy. Hope you're keeping good and well. And thank you so much for putting this in the chat. It makes my life a lot easier and those of you watching a lot easier as well. If you didn't know already what the lineups were, but I will definitely read them out. So really appreciate that there, Amy. Big up yourself, my brother Paxton. Says Virgin Media the excuse this time for being late, I assume. No, I still shouldn't have been late because I was trying to set up the extended monitor, aka connecting it to my TV. But yeah, it didn't work, the HDMI lead, and I need to swap them all around, but it would have took too long to get that sorted. So if I ever do need to extend it, I'll just have to do the one route where I'm sharing it off of one screen and everything. But we should be all good for that there now. Big up yourself, G Staffy, saying hello, Jello instead. Actually, hope you're keeping good. Tishi M, it's been a while since we have done one of these, sis. Oh man. And I hope that you enjoy it. We won't talk too much football if you are going to be here. We will definitely get the food talk back and everything else in life. And you know what? We definitely need to talk about food because I just had a little scroll on Instagram and I saw quite a bit, which this is what just whilst I was trying to get things set up and that. So yeah, but yeah, I saw quite a bit of nice food. You had the My Protein pizza. I've had that. We'll certainly talk about that and something that I recommend as well. Because guys, you know how it gets. I want to know what you've all eaten so far today. This isn't a Tariq Talks watch along if I don't know what you've eaten. Do you know what I mean? It can be as basic as you want. It doesn't have to be extravagant. I will rate your plate. You know how that goes. You see, there's a lot of content out there now about rating my plate. But yeah, definitely I enjoy those. But yeah, Virgin Media has been crap today. It has been G Staffy. We've all been suffering, any of those who are with Virgin Media. They're not getting a sponsorship. They're not giving me a sponsorship by anytime soon after what we've just said there. But big up yourself, chilling like a villain. That's what I like to hear. I like to hear that indeed. Tishi says, let's hope Liverpool get better. Let's hope that you do for one game and one game only. And then by Sunday that you are back to being what you have been this season. Big up my brother Wilf in the building, who we did the Arsenal show with yesterday. I do recommend those who are Arsenal fans or non-Arsenal fans that are interested to go and check that out with my brother Wilf and Moss in there too. Paxton, love this. And this is definitely something we can get into. Understand Al Hilal sent an official bid bid to Leo Messi, salary worth more than 400 million euros a year. Leo's absolute priority continue in Europe. Barcelona waiting on FFP second to send bid and open talks. I'm sure he'll wait for Barcelona. We'll get more into depth as that as well. So big up yourself, Pax. Who else have we got in here? So I've bigged up each and every one of you. We'll definitely get into your comments. But before we do so, those who are watching and haven't heard the lineups yet, thanks to our Amy, loved and valued member in the TTF, and especially for this, who has gone and put the lineups out with Kepa Arrizabalaga in goal, with Fofana, Koulibaly, Cucurella in at the 3 centre-back positions. Interesting. Yep, once again, we'll talk about that. Reece James in at right wing back, with Chilwell in at left wing back, and the 2 in the midfield is Enzo Fernandez and N'Golo Kante. N'Golo Kante. Hey. Kimpembe. Oh, sorry. No, that was horrible. Ooh, Havertz. Kovacic is in there as well. So hang on, where is Kovacic playing? Is that a 3 midfield and then 2 up top? So is it a 5-3-2 that Bruno Saltor is going with right there? So it does look like it with Havertz and João Felix as the strikers or the false nines. We'll see what positions they decide to take up. But the leading men up there with Kovacic, Enzo Fernandez, and Kante in the middle. And then for the Liverpool team, we have Alisson, Matip, Konate, Tsimikas, Gomez. So no Trent, no Robertson, no Virgil van Dijk. Virgil van Dijk is ill. And there is a bug going around here in the UK. Bukayo Saka missed the game. Well, he didn't miss the whole game, but he didn't start because he was ill earlier on in the week. And then we got in the midfield, we got Fabinho, Henderson, Curtis Jones. I'm sure Milner was meant to be starting. I'm sure he was. Interesting, but Firmino, Nunez, and Jota. So no what? I've just realised no Salah. No Mo Salah. Wow. Interesting. Saving them up for the Arsenal game. That's what it is. He's saving them up for that one. I don't know. I wonder why he has gone with that. But big up yourself, Amy. Appreciate that there. Let me have a look into the chat as the game's about to get started. I've already got it ticking in at the bottom right there. But big up to each and every one of you. Let me get this banner. Keep that on. Yeah, may as well keep that on for now. And the game is just about to kick off. And Liverpool kicking from left to right in this first half, and Chelsea from right to left as well. Big game for Liverpool and their title hopes. I mean, it's been long since we did a watch along, but it's not been that long. Liverpool ain't been competing for a title since the last time we've been doing a watch along here in Sweet Talks. But yeah, for their top 4 hopes of making it into this season's Champions League, next season's Champions League, as that is their only route now, as they are out of all domestic cup competitions and European ones, mainly being the European ones that get you in the Champions League, isn't it? None of the domestic ones do. Tsimikas deemed to a foul Kante there. Looked a bit soft for me, but N'Golo Kante is an honest player and he's not going to go down unless he definitely. Oh, yeah, it's a foul, actually. Little drag down on the shirt. Yeah, that's a foul. But let me get into it. Let me get into the chat, people. This is what we're here for. Let me star up a few of these because they're definitely big talking points. Wilf, my brother. That's what we like to see. Let's not tease you about Liverpool getting better. I'm with you there, Pax. I am indeed. And Chelsea have a free kick in a dangerous area to put this to bed. Look at Reece James's hair. It's already going yellow. Oh, it wasn't it like supposed to be like whitish color, but it's already going yellow. Don't like it. Looking like he's got wee in his hair. Wee in his hair, but yeah, not a nice color. Looking bleached. Oh, Nunez could have caused Kante a bit of trouble. We've seen Kante be the last man in, slip over once upon a time. Gabriel Martinelli, of course. Let me get into it. I keep saying, let me get into it, guys. I'm just too excited. I'm so excited to be here right now. I've missed you. I've missed you all. Missed being able to do this. I know I saw some of you yesterday, but not for a watch along like this. Everyone bigging up each other. Love to see it. What do you expect? Liverpool. I can't have Liverpool doing well in my mind. Exactly that. Especially for me now, Paxton, with us going to face them on Sunday. Pax, I'm going to ask you a question. Is your hatred for Liverpool deeper than your hatred for Arsenal? And who do you want to, basically, who do you want to win on Sunday? Do you want a draw? Do you want Arsenal winning? I can't ever imagine you saying you want a Liverpool win, in all honesty. So, yeah, do you want an Arsenal win, or is it a draw that you want to happen? And here is the first opportunity for Liverpool. Firmino picking up the loose ball. Henderson down this right channel. Gomez whips it in towards Jota, headed away by Fofana. Jota goes down, but referee doesn't deem it to be a foul. No protest from Liverpool. Curtis Jones on that left side now. Still got it. First bit of possession here for Liverpool in the opening 3 minutes. Wilf, how you doing? G, how's the pop? Yeah, João Felix. João Felix. Oh, he's twisted him inside. Oh, that's awful. Not João Felix. João Felix. What is this? Where did this come from? Terrible pass from Tsimikas, cut out by Havertz, plays it to Reece James, plays it forward to João Felix, who's driving. He was all alone. Matip gets done. Why did he take that touch to get it back onto his right foot? That was the poor. He did everything so well, but that final touch there to back on his right foot was poor. Matip was beaten. He is able to recover because he touches it back onto his right. He had to shoot with his left foot there. He had to, but he wasn't confident enough at all, and he wanted to pull it back onto his stronger foot. But he has to strike that with his left. He has to. And if he gets it with his left, it's a shot on target, causes Alisson some trouble because of the distance. And if he gets it past Alisson, it's most likely a goal. João Felix, for all his wonderful play, and you know, guys, anyone who's been watching me for a while, I really do rate João Felix. And I do think I wasn't happy that he went to Chelsea, and I really wanted Arsenal to sign him in that January window. I mean, I'm not like regretting it at all or anything because of how we're doing at the moment, and how Chelsea are doing. But this is his problem, right? He does everything well in terms of the approach play. It's aesthetically pleasing. He does it well, plays the 1-2s round the corner. He's got wonderful feet in tight areas, but his finishing isn't there to be a striker. But Liverpool's high line getting exposed again. Here's Kai Havertz. Oh, Kovacic! Oh, off the line. Konate. He got around the goalkeeper. But here's Enzo. Liverpool got players back, and now Nunez is going to try and strike a counter-attack with his speed and pace, running right through the heart of Chelsea's defence, but it's well defended in the end by Marc Cucurella. But Liverpool on the ropes again in the early minutes defensively. That high line is getting exposed. João Felix. Oh, it's a crunching tackle by Matip. Oh, I think this one should be a yellow card at the absolute minimum. I don't care what time it is into the game. This one looked like a yellow card on the first. Yeah. Oh, Matip. He dives in. Let me have a look at this one again. It might. Oh, it's a yellow card. Definite yellow card. Matip goes in, but he stood up, not high enough for it to be a red, but he slips as well, loses control, goes down on the foot of João Felix. He's very fortunate not to get a yellow card there. Guys, I'm not even been able to get into the comments yet because the game has been on fire already. Konate saving their butt, but Tsimikas again getting dispossessed. He is being the root of all of Liverpool's problems so far. Havertz plays. It's a poor ball from Havertz, but Konate's clearance is shocking. Falls for Kovacic, gets round Alisson, and Konate makes up for that poor clearance, by the way. But let me go. I need to scroll all the way down. T really missing a lot of these comments. Exactly, I am. I can't take my eyes off the game. You know what I mean? When things are going on. But Fads, my brother, it's been a long time. I hope that you're keeping well and safe. Big up Steve Stone in the building as well. It's been a while, my brother. Hope you're keeping good as well. Hope everything is keeping good. And you know what? It's great to see you, man. I remember when we first started to build our relationship through Arsenal, through Harry's Discord. We were 8th and we were hoping, and we were there, me and you, having that heart, that hope in our heart when everyone was telling us no about trying to qualify for the Champions League. When we finished 8th, yeah, for a strong second half. When we signed Ødegaard, we thought maybe, but yeah, it didn't happen in the end. But it's great. Well, how times are different now, Steve. How times are different, indeed. But let me go through the comments, people. Felix and Havertz took too long to shoot. Yep, exactly that, Amy. And that's where they're showing the reason that is the reason why, Amy, Chelsea are in the predicament that they're in. I don't think it's defensively. That's not Chelsea's issue. It's going forward. They cannot score goals. They cannot take their chances, which causes more pressure defensively. And yes, they make individual errors, but they're shocking in the opposition's box. They do not score enough goals, and that's been a problem, not just from this season, but from when Thomas Tuchel was there, when he first took over, when Frank Lampard was there, when the likes of Timo Werner, Kai Havertz is there now, were all brought in for big money. They didn't hit the ground. They've not, and you know what we can say now? They've certainly not reached the standards or the expectations that their potential was at that moment in time, or what we previously saw in their respective clubs and leagues. So I think that's what the big issue is for Chelsea, not being able to put the ball in the back of the net. And Havertz and João Felix, for everything that they bring in terms of the build-up play and approach play and the work defensively when they're pressing and moving into those wide areas and linking up well, they just don't have that prowess. They don't have that killer instinct to put the ball in the back of the net. Chelsea should at least minimum be 1-0 up in these opening 9 minutes. They still might go on to win this game because Liverpool didn't wake up after the Manchester City performance, and they were shocking even when they were leading on the weekend. But yeah, I need to get into these comments now. so much to go through. Trying to scroll up to the old ones. Just had to see what people were saying, see if I did miss any big news, like I did during the match reaction show when Graham Potter got sacked. Both teams are being quite loose in possession. Liverpool can't pounce. Curtis Jones holds on to a little bit too long. Well, not really. He didn't really have many options to play it forward, but he's done well here. Curtis Jones, who is not in favour of a lot of Liverpool fans in that midfield. They do want him to be sold. But I rate Curtis Jones, but there's a lot of players that I rate, to be honest. So, yeah, I'm probably not the greatest or the most... Oh, referee says no foul. That looked like the most blatant foul that I've seen. But Konate, you know, I've liked the intensity of this game so far. And Enzo tried to find Havertz over Tsimikas. That seems to be the game plan from Chelsea. Yeah, it's been a bit too fast. I need a break in play so I can get to chatting to you guys, speaking to you, and we can start talking about other things. But the football's been that good. I can't lie. It's been a good opening 10 minutes. Scrolling. Didn't end up seeing him in the end because the seller didn't send the postcode. Shocking. It's always annoying when you have people like that disappoint you. It's always when you're trying to buy or sell through whatever platform that you decide to as well, or trades. People, crossing the box, save, caught by Rita Balaga. It does happen. I know. Going to see that one on Thursday now. Will be keeping you in my prayers. Hopefully. Did you get the postcode sent in the end? Did they send you the postcode, or are you looking for a different one? And yeah, I just saw that. So it's Leeds 1 now, 1-1. Jack Harrison equalised. Big up yourself, G Staffy. Thank you for the updates. It's just, I'm just that far behind. Mid-table derby on the way. So he says snooze. Yeah, I thought it was going to be a bit of a snooze fest, but that's why I thought it was just going to have some football on. It's going to be terrible. Both sides lacking in confidence, but I like the way that both have approached this game, and mainly Chelsea, not Liverpool. I say both. Chelsea have been the best team so far in the opening 11 minutes. Liverpool can't really handle them, and there's already a goal for Villa. Ollie Watkins. I told you, Lee. I told him. Chance again! My word! Havertz had to score. Oh my! Havertz and João Felix. What is the point in having these? Great run. Wonderful pick out. Great run from Ben Chilwell, but an even better ball from Koulibaly to find him. He puts it across the box. Havertz runs a very striker's run into that near post in front of Konate, tries to get it past Alisson. I think it's a good save in the end. I can't really say that. You know what? I'm looking back at it. Me and Ed always have this conversation, right? When a goalkeeper makes a save, we always say, oh, the striker should score there. No, I don't think he's done anything wrong. I think Alisson's just come out, spread himself, made himself as big as possible, and made the shot hot, made it hard for Havertz to beat him. So I take that back. Yes, it's a good position, and when you are that close, you always think they should score. But I think Alisson closed his angles really well and made it as difficult as possible. So yeah, it was a 3-5-2, man. Big up, thank you, appreciate that. He really pulled out the Ale, Ongolo, Conte, keep him back, keep him back, keep it. This is what the viewers are going down already going down. Sorry, people. Sorry. Sorry for those headphone users. Yeah, you came here to watch football, not listen to me sing Allez les Bleus. Allez les Bleus. But yeah, according to ESPN, 4-3-4-2-1. Maybe. Yeah, it does seem more like a 3-5-2 formation with the wing backs pressing up really high at the moment, and Chilwell's tucked in here. They are making it's transitioning to a 4 at points. This does look like a Graham Potter's 5 formation, which is very fluid and it's not a set formation. Bruno Salto being his assistant, it's not really going to change that much. But yeah, it does look quite Graham Potter-ish in terms of its fluidity. It's not a rigid formation. No two banks of 4. You're seeing Kovacic pressing that front line as well on that left side. Havertz and João Felix switching. This is the things what I loved about Graham Potter, and it's a shame that it has gone the way it has at Chelsea for him. Well, at Chelsea, he's not there anymore. I'm sure, he's ashamed of it too, but his bank account isn't. Klopp has lost his mind. Yeah, Klopp has lost his mind, Pax, for sure with this lineup. I'm going to scroll all the way down. Yeah, I am going to scroll all the way down. I'm going to go from right. I'm going to go from here. If you did ask anything during then, I do apologize. Just chuck it back into the chat during here. So yeah, we'll start off with what I can see on here. I know the chance could be 3-0. Exactly that, Steve. Indeed, Chelsea. This is it though. I'll be surprised. We've seen enough of these teams now this season, and for Chelsea to be missing so many opportunities, I'm not surprised at all. But for Liverpool to be conceding so many opportunities, we're not surprised either. Fabinho, advantage played, made the foul on Havertz. Anthony Taylor calls advantage is Kovacic. But yeah, it's given me encouragement for what we're going to be stepping into at Anfield. And Steve, I know Anfield's completely different. Let me know, how are you thinking about that game, Steve? Because that is the Stone Derby. If you know, it is definitely the Stone Derby. How are you looking forward to it? And and if we do win, unlucky for you. I know you. If you know, you know. Kante changing the game. Yeah, Kante fads. He's been brilliant. He's been causing so many problems with his energy in midfield, with how he reads the game and how he's been able to dispossess Liverpool, press them well. They have really missed him. And here he is again, just picking up that ball. Heavy touch there, and Liverpool are able to tackle and pounce. And here's a chance for Diogo Jota to drive, gets it inside to Firmino, out to the left now to Darwin Nunez. Darwin Nunez, poor ball. Kante dispossesses it again. It started off with the man. He made a mistake after he initially done well, and he ends it, fixing his error. 1-0 Brighton. Evan Ferguson, the man, the myth, the legend. He missed the game due to illness. Another one who was ill on the weekends. But yeah, man, hey, what a player he's been. Fads, would you take him at Man United? Let me know. Fads, Packs, this is open question to anyone. Would you take Evan Ferguson at your club? Ed, I already know your answer, so don't bother saying yes, because you'll take anything at the moment. I'm sorry, I didn't need to do that. It was unnecessary. Good turn from João Felix, but blocked in the end. He's so silky, such a good player to watch. Here's Enzo though. Firmino comes back and does well. We've got the battle of the false nines on the pitch today with Havertz, Felix on Chelsea, and Firmino. Yeah, and you guess you can say Jota's a false nine as well. 1-0 up. Havertz looks like it. He's never played the game right now. Yeah, he's I think he's done well, apart from being in that final moment. I think he's done really well. I think Chelsea have started off really brightly, and their fans and will be happier with this performance so far. But I actually thought they played well against Aston Villa. Too. They just couldn't take their opportunities, Mikhailo Mudryk, and yeah, and they just had lackadaisical moments at the back. Cucurella giving Watkins the lead, and John McGinn's goal. John McGinn, what a resurgence he's had since Emery's been there. The John McGinn that I picked one time, I did a draft on this channel where we had to pick like one player from each club. And I picked like John McGinn in my team, the Aston Villa representative, and he was good. Ooh, Nunez. Oh, my word. Henderson gets the shot off, cleared away by Koulibaly. Kepa came off of his line, didn't clear it far enough as it broke for Henderson. Oh, man. Nearly. Henderson, if it's on his right foot, I think he does that better, but that just hits off Enzo's back. He wasn't even looking at the football there. What is Havertz's actual position? It is a modern day false nine. It is for sure. I think if you would maybe 10 or so years ago, bro, he's a number 10 or a second striker. You know, a number 10 in that aspect, not a creative one, but more similar to like what Dele Alli was when he was at Spurs. That kind of number 10 who will play in behind the striker, make late runs into the box. But yeah, it's in the modern game is a false nine. He's a weird one, Havertz, and I think it's a bit like Mason Mount, bro. When we talk about those, their positions are a bit redundant in a lot of top teams' style of play now because they are number 10/second strikers who need to be high up the pitch. That's where they do their best work. They're not quite good enough in terms of ball progression to be playing deeper, or even from a defensive aspect. You wouldn't want them playing in the center of your midfield, but they're not good enough to be strikers. They don't score enough goals. They don't quite have the killer instinct to take chances like a striker, but they do pick up good positions on the football pitch, and they are an outlet for their teammates, and they do hold up the ball well, play it out wide, work well in the channels, buzzing in and around the 18-yard box, but they're not quite the best when they're in there. That you don't want them to be your main man. So I'd say that's the same for Havertz as well, in all honesty. Bit difficult to really nail a position to them. It's a good question. In a long roundabout way, yeah, a false nine in this current day. And back in the day, about 10 years ago, he'd have been a number 10, but not a creative one, a second striker type of one. Ollie to Chelsea. Hey, Ollie Gunnar Solskjaer, he's got that. He does, he's that Man United stint. Sorry, yeah, he did very well to begin with. You have to give him that contract, make him sign it now. Here it is. Whatever Rio Ferdinand said, I've completely messed that up. I can't remember what it was, but yeah, whatever Rio said, that's what it is. Pax says Cam, I believe Ed. Pax, do you agree with me? Do you think that he was a Cam? Like, if you're talking 10 years ago, he plays in that similar sort of Dele Alli kind of Cam mode, but now he has to be like a centre forward / false nine. For Germany, they would rather play a Freiburg player in that striker role over Havertz. So it should be clear to Chelsea, he can't score. Yeah, exactly that. Who did they play in the last international break? I remember it was that Fulkrug from Werder Bremen, and they're not the same Werder Bremen that they were once upon a time. And yeah, when they had the likes of Mesut Ozil, 1-0 Villa, Ollie Watkins, Mudryk can't even get on the pitch. Exactly that, Matchy, after his shambolic performance against Aston Villa. When I say shambolic, he looked lively, but he couldn't put the ball in the back of the net, and that's what you pay 100 million for. And yes, it is close to 100 million euros, not 100 million pounds. It's something like 62 million pounds, rising up to 80 odds. So that's basically 100 million. So take it, and rising up, yes, with certain clauses and incentives, but who knows what those incentives could be. It might not necessarily be Chelsea winning the Champions League. It might not necessarily be that. It might just be appearances, how many appearances he hits, how many goals he scores, or whatever, etc. So yeah, we don't know how these are incentivized, but we definitely know he's on a death row contract at, at Stamford Bridge. I'll take anyone. Then Vegas at this point says Fads. Yeah, I know. I hear your point, man. Evan Ferguson with a quality other striker. Yes. This is the thing, though, Pax, and I've seen this a lot, and it makes sense. Of course, you know you need more than one striker today. But if you was to get another quality striker, let's say if you was to get an Osimhen or a Vlahovic or a not Gabriel Jesus or a Kane, someone of that ilk, Evan Ferguson, I'm sorry, he's not going to go to Manchester United if he's got someone like that in front of him, because he's not going to get the amount of minutes that he will need. He's already playing a lot right now at Brighton at the young age of 17. Wherever he goes, he's going to be a starter. And yes, you probably don't want him being your starter right now because he's unproven and he still has a lot of work to do and a lot of area for development in his game, although he's a very talented football player. If you're going to go for an Evan Ferguson, I think you need to go down a young route. Chance again for Chelsea. James. Oh, he scores. Flags up, though. Flags up. What for? Offside. Free kick. Might be offside. The referee's pointing for, yeah, the assistant, the linesman. Looks like he is. Got the flag up for offside. But yeah, just in those areas there, Pax, in terms of Evan Ferguson, you need... I don't know. I take your time on him. Keep him on your radar. Yeah, Enzo was offside there. He did look offside to me. Lionel had his flag up. Referee took his time, though, did the right thing. But Enzo did look offside. They're going to VAR it, of course, so whilst I'm here chatting. But yeah, I think he's good enough to be starting at whatever team he signs for. Maybe let him cook at Brighton a little bit more. He's offside. I don't know what we're looking at here. I don't know what we're looking at. I seriously don't know what we're looking at here. Enzo's offside. Anyways, so yeah, let me know your thoughts on that. Maybe it's not the right move for Evan Ferguson to go to a Manchester United. Stay at a Brighton for a few years, really establish yourself, and then the time that you make that move to a Manchester United, you're coming in with a big fee, coming in, commanding minutes and making it difficult for the likes of your Vlahovic's or any other quality striker. Maybe as a backup, yes, but as a starter, we need someone that is ready. Don't know why they keep checking this. This is clearly offside to me. I don't quite understand. His knee is almost in the box. You can see where his foot is on the line. The more they check it, the more I start to doubt these things with VAR. Just draw a line, for goodness sakes. You'll be able to find out, wouldn't you? Yeah, he's off. See, what is this? What was that waste of time? What was that? And now Ed T Money's dissing you live on it. Subs in the second half, Pulisic and Sterling. Ooh, they're on the bench. Yeah. To be honest, Chelsea, they're not really going to be looking for any subs at the moment. It's Liverpool. They're the ones that need to make the substitutions or need to consider this as they are taking a water break for these players and a break for those who are are breaking their fast due to Ramadan. So the Chelsea players, that would be your Kantes, your Koulibalys, your Wesley Fofanas. Any for Liverpool? Mo Salah, of course, he would be. And yeah, I'm sure if is he on the bench? If he's on the bench, I'm sure he'll be having some food now. That's because Mudryk keeps wearing his Arsenal top to training, Matt. Oh, that's why he's not getting picked. Fads says Nicolas Pepe being an £80 million flop. We don't talk about this. We don't talk about this much. Yeah, it's true. £80 million flop for sure. I think that was quite the reason. Probably we don't talk about it. It's something that we conceded quite early as Arsenal fans. This was kind of something we spoke about last year-ish and maybe the year before that. Now, I don't mean to call out you fads in terms of this, but the one that springs to my head, can we talk about Jadon Sancho? Can we talk about him? Should we open a dialogue about Jadon Sancho? It's not looking good. Eric Ten Hag apparently losing patience with him, whether those rumours are true or not. What I saw when he came off that bench, he was all right. He was better than what Rashford was, but that wasn't too hard against Newcastle. But yeah, he's a liability defensively. And that's the same with Pepe. They've not been able to hit the heights that they hit in their respective leagues. They can't handle the Premier League. It's a different league to be a winger. You need that PMP. You need that pace and power. And Sancho certainly doesn't have that. I think Pepe's got the pace, not necessarily the power. And his first touch is not great, and his defensive awareness is terrible. Not good enough for what the wingers are required in this Arteta team. 145 games. Havertz has played as an AM, only 69 nice games as a centre forward so far in his career. So yeah, it's a decent amount of games. Like it's about just under half the games that he's played than what he has as a centre forward than what he has as an attacking midfielder. But these attacking midfielders now, they're not as a stationary or as a not necessarily stationary, but they're kind of coming in two where they play just off the right or the left of a striker, roam a little bit more. So yeah, but that's more when in a Tuchel system, when you play a three at the back, when you play like a 3-4-3, because your width's being provided by your wing backs and the other two up front with alongside the striker in a 3-4-3 come inside a little bit more. Here is the man Havertz, drags it wide. That is an awful effort on goal, and that is why he's not a striker, and that is why you can't rely on Kai Havertz if you are Chelsea. It's unfortunate because he's a talented footballer, but look at this. That's a shocking effort on his strong left foot. Drags it so far wide. Really, what he's done there, and I'm going to talk about this from a coaching perspective, he's let the ball come under his feet. He's not been set, ready for the shot with his first touch. His first touch didn't get him set for the shot. His first touch was not the greatest, and he wasn't ready to take the shot. He should have been striding for that ball, ready to take the shot before that he even gets it. He should know what he's doing, but he's got his feet underneath the ball and he's too close to it, and that's what causes him to drag it wide. It needs to be set further out and hitting that with his laces, not with the side of his foot, not from that angle. The only time you hit that with the side of your foot is when you're trying to curl it in. Why is Frank Lampard at the stadium? I do not know. Actually, he's a Chelsea legend, but are they looking for him? Will they take Frank Lampard? Will Todd Burley be like, hey, I'll give you the job, mate? And that I'll give you the job, not mate. Hey, he probably does say mate, but nah. Now that he's been in England so long. 1-1 Barnes. Harvey Barnes scored for Leicester. Big up yourself, Fads. Appreciate that one there. Not come up on my screen. Amy, too many missed opportunities in this match. Indeed, way too many missed. It is for Chelsea, not for Liverpool. Has Liverpool even had a chance, really? Let me have a look at the statistics right here. Liverpool, 2 shots, 1 on target. Look at the XG. I can see the XG for Chelsea's 1.19. It's like Graham Potter's all over again. Only, of course, he's only just left, so it's not going to be that much different. But yeah, we need two strikers. Sal Martial, injury prone, FC. Ultimately, we need someone younger who will develop alongside an elite level clinical finisher. Right. I agree. I definitely agree. You need 2 strikers. But do you know who I'm signing if you're going to sign a second striker? Someone who isn't playing in the Premier League, who isn't already playing, starting for a Premier League team. But look around Europe. Yeah, this is what you have to do now. Look around Europe for that striker. Someone like, I'm trying to think of a profile. I think a striker that comes to my head. Here we go. Erasmus Højlund. Yeah, he'll be expensive, but because he's coming into the Premier League, you can give him time to bed. He's young. You can give him time to develop. There won't be so much pressure on him if you bring in another number 9, a key star man like a Dusan Vlahovic, a Victor Osimhen, Harry Kane, etc. If you bring one of those in, they take all those minutes. And yes, they're coming from a different league and they're going to be adapting, but they're coming in with a lot more experience, with a higher pedigree, and that allows your Rasmus Højlunds to develop and slowly cook. Whereas your Evan Ferguson's, because he's already got that taste for Premier League, he's already good enough to play in the Premier League. We can say that hands down right now from what we've seen at this young, 17, 18-year-olds. He's already good enough. If he goes to a Manchester United, that stagnates his growth because he just simply won't get enough minutes. Because if you are going to bring in a marquee number 9, you do not rotate them. You just simply don't. Do Manchester City rotate Haaland even though they've got a Julian Alvarez there? Nope. You see Julian Alvarez play, but there will be a time eventually where he'll be knocking on that door saying, I'm not getting enough minutes for my development. Let me play. But that's where I think it is a good idea to bring in a Julian Alvarez, because he's someone that wasn't playing first team football in the Premier League prior. So you can give him that time to develop, to acclimatize, and let him cook and slow cook. You know what I mean? Like a stew, like oxtail. You know what I mean? Like that. Whereas if you bring in an Evan Ferguson, who's already a Premier League striker, yeah, I don't think it's good for his development, who's already proven at this top level. So yeah. Ollie Watkins is quietly having a really decent season. 16 GA. Matt G, he's on a mad record. That's his 6th away game in a row he's scored. Yeah, that is ridiculous. And it's 2-1 Leeds. Sinistera with the goal. So Leeds coming from behind to take the lead. And me and Ed predicted this, I think. I think me and Ed did. I know I certainly did. I said Leeds will lose to Arsenal, but they'll come back and they'll do a good job. But hey, still another 45 minutes to go and still the remainder of that first half. But yeah, I thought Leeds were a good side. But back to this point, very true. Matt G, I'm going to ask you the question. You always ask the good questions, whether it's in my chat, Tom's or Harry's. I'm going to ask you this. You taking Ollie Watkins at Arsenal? I want to hear your thoughts first before I give you mine. But yeah, okay. I'll ask this to anyone. Not just for Arsenal. Anyone in the chat for your club, are you taking Ollie Watkins? Pax, are you taking Ollie Watkins at Manchester United? Fads, let me know. Everyone else, let me know on for that. Because this is where we talk. I think he can be a second striker at you guys because of the area of development that he's had and he's in his career. Can't really see him, what 25, 26? Yes, he can still develop, but he's also versatile enough to be playing for you out wide and in other areas. I mean, Ollie Watkins was a centre midfielder when he was at Brentford initially. When he was signed from Exeter, he was a centre mid who got converted into a striker. Not many people will know that. But that's the career path that he's had and the development. So that's why I think it favours him. And what is Alisson doing? Havertz. He's still made a mess of that. What is taking so long? I know it was taking the mick. VAR next year needs Specsaver sponsorships. Absolutely. You know, for the offsides, get rid of what they do. However, whatever system they use, just use the AI one, please. Are you in favour of that? Let me know. Big up yourself, Brush. Listen to him right there. Like, share, and subscribe, people. Listen to him right there. Salah breaking fast on the bench. Is he totally gone? Is that in terms of Pepe? No, he's not totally gone just yet. He's still here at the club, still contracted, but I think he's got a year left now. At the end of this season, he's got 12 months left on his contract. Sancho's still at the club. Call him a flop once he's moved from United, right? Yeah, you can say that, but would you class Kai Havertz as a flop? And he's still at Chelsea. I know he's been there longer than a Sancho, but I'd say he's a flop for the money that they've paid for him. Kai Havertz. Right now, yeah, we can't really be talking about flops, to be honest. Every team's got him. Every single team in the Premier League has got him. Sancho's slow start, possible flop, is because CR7's return. I say, I think it's more than that now, Ed. I do think it is more than that. Now that CR7's not there, remember, let's not forget, right? Sancho was given time off as well for whatever situation he had, and good on Ten Hag, and good that he did take that time off. But that he was given, that's a luxury to allow your player to be given a time off. And that's because Man United have done well this season. In the period that you missed, they did not miss him. Now they need him when players are starting to flag and injuries are starting to pick up and the fatigue setting into their legs. This is where Sancho should be going. This is where I'm making my money now. This is where I'm proving my worth. Like, I've had enough time to settle. I've had enough. Now I need to prove something, and now I need to start doing it. I think he did well in what game was it now? He came off the bench. He was at Old Trafford. What game was it? Oh, I forgot. Came on and changed it. Was it Leeds? And he came on and helped you there. And when you were 2-0 down, there was another game that I know that you won. Let me know in the chat, United fans. You'll know it. I think he's giving you moments, but Pepe gave us moments. You don't pay that money for moments. You need consistency. And that's why even when Rashford's having a poor game, he'll still be there because he gives you the consistency of those moments, and he has done this season. In all fairness to him, when we're talking about Anthony, that's when we can talk about giving time. I thought he was quite good against Newcastle, and I'm far from Anthony's biggest fan, far from it, but I thought he was very good against Newcastle, and I disagreed with Ten Hag substituting in there, and I did at the time, and I still do now. Gakpo for Liverpool. Yeah, where is he actually? Where is Cody? Not too sure. Not really, Ed, but your agenda is your agenda for a reason. Not just Sancho, who I'm gutted for, but a worse flop is Anthony, whom I had big hopes for. Once again, I don't think he will. If you put a gun to my head and you say, do you think Anthony will succeed or will he flop? I think he will flop because of just the sheer amount of money that Man United paid for him, ridiculously overpaid. And when you pay money for a player like that, there's going to be a lot of expectation. Didn't score too many goals and get too many assists given the league that he was in. I think he got 12 goals and 6 assists, which isn't a lot given the league that you're playing in, the team that you played for in Ajax. And yeah, he's got a decent return. So I'm giving him time. He can still develop and he's still got time. He's still young before we can say the jury's out on him, I would say. But yeah, if he was to put a gun to my head, I don't see it working out. I see it to an extent. I don't see him hitting the heights that United fans were first thinking when they were signing him. But I think he'll be a decent player for him. And it's just well overpriced. And Fad says here, how is Anthony already a flop already? His first season and been scoring goals. Yes, maybe not enough, but he's still there. He ain't a flop. Yeah, I agree, Fads. He ain't a flop yet. If you are going to say he is. I think it's too early to judge. I think Sancho plays with more freedom, with a better system without Ronaldo. It's not an anti-Ronaldo comment in essence, just a thought. Yeah, he has played better, but there's only so much you can say for a player. And unfortunately, because of the price tag and when Jadon Sancho first came in, who were we comparing him with? Bukayo Saka. And look at the situation by Bukayo Saka's come in, and we know Bukayo Saka is a generational talent. I think that's fair to say, and everyone will agree with me in the chat. If you disagree, let me know. But yeah, I think it's fair to say Saka's a generational talent, and whatever team you put him in, he was always going to shine. He shone when he was 17 in a terrible Arsenal team that was finishing 8th. He's shining in a great Arsenal team that is competing with one of the best teams that has ever graced the Premier League in Manchester City, with one of the best managers, with arguably he's going to be the best striker the Premier League has seen. So yeah, we'll wait and see. And I know that's early, but when you're on course to be smashing records like that in your first season at the age of 21, 22, yeah, you're on course to be one of the best, aren't you? Not a flop yet. T, any news on Harry Kane? Hope his injury isn't life-threatening. Hey, acting from Harry Kane, no, was Oscar worthy. It was Oscar worthy. But for me, I don't like, how you know what? This is a Tottenham player, so I'm not going to spend too long on it. But I don't like how a lot of the talk has been about Harry Kane when Abdoulaye Doucouré is the one that smacked him in the face. Yeah, it's a bit mad. It is a little bit mad, but hey, is what it is. I'm not going to be defending a Tottenham player too much. How, Luke, big up yourself, man. He says, how come so many changes by Klopp? He's looking ahead to. Come on, who's he more worried about, Luke? Come on, is it the mighty Arsenal, Chelsea? I mean, he's going to be the mighty Arsenal, but it doesn't make sense because Chelsea, you think that they are more likely to win against Chelsea than they would against Arsenal. But It's Klopp for you. He's banking on Anfield to literally lift that team up, and maybe he's needed to rotate. Maybe some of the players are in the red zone. They've been in the red zone since Fulham away in that 2-2 draw first game of the season, to be quite honest with you. So we should have made more changes like this sooner. But yeah, we'll wait and see what happens, and I'm sure Milner will start. Yeah, what this is crazy. Ed, he's had a mental health break in training in Netherlands, etc., etc. Yeah, more players suffered when Ronaldo was here, but it's way deeper than that for Sancho. Ooh, cleared away. Lampard back in the stand, probably a Lampard comeback. Hey, Chelsea fans don't want that. I'm sure they don't. Man United's style of play compared to Dortmund has been the major hindrance to Sancho's Man United career, in my humble but accurate opinion. I think the league's different style of play as well, which requires a lot more intensity. And when you are coming up against Manchester United, a lot more physicality. You need that burst of acceleration to be a wide man in here. And he just doesn't quite have that to beat a man on the outside. Say Jadon Sancho, he's got the skill. He has, but this league requires physicality. It does. And if you don't have the physicality in this league, whether you're a centre midfielder or, if you don't have an outstanding physical attribute, then you've got to be a magician on the ball. And I'm talking David Silva, Santa Cazorla levels to make it and to be one of the top teams in this league. You have to be one of the best players in the world on the ball and literally be press resistant where you don't lose it at all, to cope with the intensity. Again, another chance for Chelsea. Take City's example, Alvarez, Haaland. Yep, that's it. That's kind of what I was saying. You need to get another striker from another league. They couldn't have a Jesus who's proved himself at this level. That's why they sold him. That's why he wanted to leave. They didn't get anyone else. And they've got an Alvarez who is young, but still needs time to develop. And he's not at that level. Yes, he's still at a young age, but because of the stage he's at in his career, needs a bit more time. Big up yourself, Moss, in the place. Hope you're keeping good and well. He's got Ferguson in his team. Matt G, the news is they've flown a specialist to repair his broken nail. He may just survive. I don't know, to be honest. No, I'm not taking Watkins unless... is that in terms of Watkins? No, I don't know. No, I'm not taking Watkins unless he's a backup, why would he do that? Ooh, shot saved by Kepa Arrizabalaga. I haven't seen enough from him to be any type of main man for us. Absolutely. Don't think he's good enough to be a main man. But as a backup, I think he's got a shout. I do think he has got a shout. He brings versatility. He's got, he knows the league as well. He's got a certain level of ability that he'll bring you. I think he'd be a good backup. He might cost a lot, though, because he's an English striker coming from the league. But I think he'd be a decent backup for Man United. Man United have won leagues with likes of Danny Welbeck and that. Do you know what I mean? As your backup. And I think Ollie Watkins is just as good as a Danny Welbeck. And Danny Welbeck was a good striker, I thought, but maligned at Man United. But yeah, man. I think you can do well with a decent backup like him. And he's availability is the best ability. He's going to be fit, and Martial isn't. Martial would be a great rotational like striker to have in a full style that suits Ten Hag's system. He's just not fit. Oh, he shot her! Oh, why is he taking that touch? He should have shot himself. Oh, idiot. Enzo looks hurt. I know what. He does, he does look hurt. He's tracking backwards poor then. It's a good shout there, Amy. Good spot. A good spot. Shouldn't Pogba be considered a flop during his time at Manchester United? Oh, everyone. That's it now. Yeah, the jury's out. Everyone says. I mean, no matter what your thoughts are on Pogba, you may love him or hate him, whatever. I didn't think he was a bad player, but he's a flop because of the expectation that's been brought in with this player, the level that they were at, what they were performing at in their league. You're bringing him to be your main man to help with the rebuild. You think he's going to be there to be good enough to win your Premier League. He's not. at the end of the day. Arsenal, if we do win this league, we're going to win a Premier League with Granit Xhaka in our midfield, and he'll have more Premier League medals than a Paul Pogba. And yes, you'll say about the World Cup, but that's not Man United. That's not into with Manchester United. And here, Kante. Oh, he's offside, Havertz. Just blow your whistle, ref. But yeah, these keepers off their line, man, they're causing an absolute madness. Hendo out to Darwin Núñez. I've no idea what position Havertz is supposed to be. He isn't a CF, that's for sure. Granted, I've only seen him at Chelsea, so maybe. Gomez with a strike. Oh, the only reason I even made that noise is because Kepa did a camera save. That was straight aim. Should have dealt with that even better. I thought, hang on, let me watch this again. Was it moving? No. Why is it? No, it weren't moving that much. You could see the flight of the ball. It's not moving ridiculously. Should do better. No effort for the follow-up shots by both teams. Yeah, 0-0, but it's been an entertaining one. Absolutely good point again there, Amy. No effort. They're lacking that instinct. They're lacking that striker, that killer in front of goal. And that's what Darwin Núñez is brought for. That's what Darwin Núñez. He's the most number 9 on the pitch right now. He's got that profile. Fabinho! Oh! Blocked! How's he not scored there? He's got to score. Shocking defending from the set piece. Oh, Fofana. Fofana with the header. I think it's going straight at Kepa anyway, but yeah. Better corner from Tsimikas. And cleared away. That's half time. So now we get a break for the comments and we can just focus on that. Half time. Entertaining first half. I cannot lie. That was entertaining indeed, people, for a 0-0. Fulham quarterfinal. He shoots and hit Willian, led to the penalty. Then the red card for Marco Silva, the red for Mitrovic. That's his best game. Yeah, good game, good shout. I think that was the game. He came off, didn't he? Came on for that. Sorry. Yeah, massive flop wheel for Pogba. Apart from that game against City, before didn't achieve nothing. Yeah, that was his moment. That was his moment. Bit like, do you know what? Pogba, Ozil, similar things. Similar, not the exact same, but similar in terms of, you know, the expectation that was brought. They gave you moments, but not enough on a regular basis. And that's, yeah. Now this is another debate. Was Ozil a flop? Was Ozil a flop? Yeah, I'm saying it now. I'm saying it. Yeah. Shoot me. Cody's on the bench. My point about Sancho and CR7, I just meant his start at Man United. Clearly, there is stuff he's working through and hoping he gets through it. I just think his start was stifled by Ronnie. Yeah, I think Ronnie coming in, you know, he stifled a lot of players. I think he stifled Martial. And Martial had a really successful season before Ronnie came in. Him and Rashford scored quite a few goals, I think, in that season. And yeah, he stifled Martial. He came in and he shook the place about, and that's why Man United ended the season they did. And well, they're in the predicament they're in now. Yeah, there was a lot of things that changed with Ronnie. You're changing a whole different team to be focused on one man at his age that can't give you anything defensively, and you have to literally work your whole team around him. Bit like what PSG are doing with their front three right now. Yeah, you can't have that. And you can do it for an Mbappe and maybe an individual like Messi and Neymar and whatnot, but no, I don't even think you can do that in the Premier League. Not with Man City. Not with Man City and Liverpool, the levels they've shown, and now Arsenal. Don't think you can. I actually don't think you can. You can't defend with 10 men. You cannot. You can't even play and be in possession with 10 men. And once again, linking it to Man United, they do play with 10 men in possession because of David De Gea. And that's why he needs to go. That's why Man United needs to replace him. I know this has been a heavy Man United chat right there. But yeah, a little bit, Ed. Ultimately, CR7 didn't return. I don't think Sancho will be much better now. Anthony scored against Arsenal. That's why I called him a flop. I like that, Matt G. Yeah, He wasn't even great in that game, but yeah, he scored, didn't he? So it was annoying. Speaking of Ronaldo, he just scored a penalty for Al Nasser. El Nasser. Talking about flops, honestly, I'm thinking we dodged a bullet with Mudryk, who I do think will come good. And so glad we did. We didn't pay the money for him. Yeah. Well, I mean, all right. I'm all right, Wilf. I'm putting a gun to your head right now. Is Mudryk going to be a success or is he going to be a flop at Chelsea? That's not saying if he's gonna right. That's not saying if he flops at Chelsea, doesn't mean he would have flopped at Arsenal. That's a whole different conversation. That's a hypothetical, right? And we'll spend too much time to think about that. But is Mudryk gonna flop at Chelsea, or is he gonna be a success? I think he'll be a success. When it's all said and done, I think he'll be a success. Absolutely, Wilf. He's a good player, but way overpriced. Indeed, indeed, indeed. I've still got plenty of comments to get through. Don't disagree, Pax. There was a theory. Drop a like, people. Listen to Edmund right there. Drop a like. I'm getting through all your comments. We don't have plenty of opportunities to do so when we have a talk show to get through all your comments. But I think when we do our watch logs, we get to speak to every single one of you and read out all the comments that we have. Klopp said this week was like a Champions League week. Yeah, he makes so many changes. He's turning into the Joker slowly. Yep, he never made these amount of changes in the Champions League, did he? Pax, it's a good point. You'd still play your Trents and whatnot. Maybe if you're playing your Dinamo Zagrebs at Anfield, you make these amount of changes in the Champions League. No disrespect to Dinamo Zagreb because they did beat Chelsea in the Champions League earlier on. Yeah, that was the last game before Tuchel got sacked. What was worse about Kane's acting is how pundits justified his over-the-top reaction. Had that been anyone else, they'd have crucified them for that. Right. I'm saying this now. I justified Harry Kane's reactions because me and Ed were having this conversation, and this was something we spoke about this morning in our big group chat. Harry Kane in this league with the referees, you have to milk everything. You have to, whatever you get, you have to even get, and it doesn't guarantee you'll get the right decision. We saw it. If Gabriel Jesus, doesn't go down the way he does when he doesn't act like he gets shot in the knee by Luke Ayling to win that penalty. If he doesn't do that, he doesn't get that penalty. I think we can all say that, even though I still think it's a penalty. Yes, soft, etc. But if he doesn't go down like that, he doesn't get it. We've seen it on multiple occasions where the referee don't actually make the right decision for a player trying to be honest. So I think he needed to do it, guys. And that's what if he's on your team, if that's Saka that's happened to, right? We're all going to be saying the same thing. We're going to be like, no, Saka, he got caught in the face. Yes, it's not hurt him as bad as it has been. But if he doesn't do that, then he doesn't get a red card. Do you know what I mean? It's like Tomiyasu, right, at Everton, not 24 months ago, literally 12 or so, 16 months ago, last season, got caught in the face by Godfrey. He was holding his face, but that was worse than what Kane was. But he got up with it and he was all right in the end. And I think if he milks that more, then we're talking about a possible red card even more. Do you know what I mean? This is what I'm coming from. So for Kane to get that decision, he has to milk it. He has to. We know in this league now. We know now. We've seen enough evidence that you have to really exaggerate everything you get for the referees to give it the right attention, the attention that it deserves. What a defensive header. Big up my brother Vibes in the place. I need someone to explain why people rate Havertz. Bro is a double snakes. Yeah. You know what? He's like Lacazette, man. Do you know when people chat about Lacazette for Arsenal and Man United comparison, a bit like Techie Veggie? He does great work outside of the box, but yeah, not for Techie Veggie, but for Lacazette was 50 mil. Havertz, you're 70 odd mil, mate. You need to put the ball in the back of the net. You're an attacker in today's world. If you don't even need to be a striker to be making sure you get 10 to 15 plus goals a season, yeah. And he doesn't give you that. And he simply won't. His finishing is shocking. It's poor. It is terrible. But overall play, he's not bad. Overall, he's not a bad player. He's quite good, but that's not. It don't matter about your overall play. It's all. I wasn't. No, not a great comparison to you. He's not child friendly, but yeah, it's all action, all talk, no action in terms of that. Potter put Reece James at right centre back. Look at him shining attacking wise. Yeah, he's been brilliant today going forward. Fads, good point right there. That right centre back thing, it's a bit mad. It is a bit mad. And he put what Ruben Loftus-Cheek in at right wing back. Yeah. I have a take in Kane, which T knows, maybe can explain better than I can in the comments. I think players overreacting is VAR in refs incompetence led. I think I explained it. Did I do a good job, bro? Let me know. 100% Wilf. G Nev, as per usual. His name, his nose is up Kane's defending him. It's Kane. It's a Tottenham player. Can't stand him. He's a diver and he's a cheat as well. I will say that. I'm caveating that. But I don't think he's cheated then. I don't think he has. He's drawn a reaction out of the player. Bang, you fell for it. Fell for the trap. See you later. Goal. Like, what does he even do? Shoot, what does he do? I'm sure Watkins would rather stay at Villa, to be honest. Really, Pax, stay at Villa than rather be at United? Nah, I think he's taking that United move. You can't reject it if you're Ollie Watkins. You never know what's around the corner. Unless there was another team interested in him at the time that was going to guarantee him a start. He's got to take that move, man, to Man United. He'll take it. Ten Hag's a good manager. He'd find a way. No shot there, Luke. I mean, I'd take Watkins at my club, but to be fair, I think me, Wilf, and Pax aren't too far away from the squad right now. In at Wolves, Ed saying, who called Anthony a flop? It's on site. Both of these teams can't score. It's shocking. I think the extra touches take by players on both sides in this game just shows how low. Yeah. The extra touches that they're taking in front of goals. Good point. You take those touches when you're not confident. That's a very good point. You need to be hitting that with instincts and confidence. And no matter what I'm shooting, I've got so much confidence in my ability. This is going to go in. Do you know what I mean? You have to have that, even if it doesn't. El Midico living up to his name. It is El Midico indeed. Mid-table clash settings. T seems more excited by this game than when Arsenal play. I bet it's because you're not worried about the result. Matt, you answered your own question. You literally gave my answer. Bro, Matt, I think I'm going to do a watch along for the Easter Sunday game. I will not be this excited for Anfield. We could be 4-0 up at Anfield, right? If there's still time on that clock, I'm still shaking. Okay, I've seen it. Do I have to bring up? Nah, I said 4-0. I'm bringing up bad memories now. Newcastle, Chet Tiote, RIP, rest his soul. But, yeah. Why did I do that? And that was also a season where we were competing for the title, but that was way earlier on. And this is a different Arsenal. But I still got that in my heart. I'm sorry. You got me nervous now. Darwin Núñez is Diego Forlan 2.0. Good striker. Not quite going to hit in the Premier League. That's what Ed is saying right there. Also reading through the chat. Can't be blaming Ronaldo for Sancho being poor again. Vibes, I agree with you. I agree with you too. I agree with you. But yeah, I hear Ed's point. I hear it. But yeah, I agree. Darwizzy and Empanada. Carol, as I say, indeed. He's done nothing today. Done nothing. He's getting himself warmed, isn't he, for Sunday? That's what he's doing. Didn't watch the Newcastle game, but I heard he showed no fight, which is a major concern. Jadon Sancho, yes, defensively, he was poor. Anthony was your best attacker in that game. He was. He got taken off, and he was mad. I could sense it, and I could see why. Yeah, he was stupid. Lonely Tea Talker Raptor, finally done with webinars and emails and clients. Big up yourself, Moss. Thank you, man. Hey, you know who else welcome into the stream, my brother. Salah, underwhelming this season. Ozil, not a flop, but disappointing big time. Yeah, it's a bit hard to say he's an outright flop compared to the names that are in the flop category. He's in the middle, and he's not a success. He's not quite a flop. He's literally right where this big cranium is right now. He still scored a ridiculous amount this year, but Salah just seems so underwhelming. I think we can agree. Yeah, definitely. I think, you can praise and criticize Salah in that way because he's been underwhelming, but he'll still give you that ridiculous output, which is fair play to him. But yeah, it definitely hasn't hit the levels or heights that he has been previously. But apart from that ridiculous season where he in his first season where everything he literally shot went in the back of the net, that's a bit like that is Salah's overall game. And do you know who reminds me of that? English player, Man United left winger, is Marcus Rashford. They will be. You can't drop it. I mean, Jurgen Klopp has literally dropped him, so don't listen to what I'm saying there. But they will play the majority of games because of what they can do in those decisive moments, and in those big games, they tend to score. But they're not the best players to watch on the eye. They are very frustrating. Even if you are fans of those clubs that those players play for, if you're a Man United fan, Rashford will frustrate you at times. If you're a Liverpool fan, Mohamed Salah will frustrate you at times. Spoke to Liverpool fans that have said it, and we've got plenty of United fans in the chat, and they'll let me know if I'm wrong. You'll agree. He's frustrating, but he's inevitable at the same time. Catching up on some of these goals with me on Fubo TV now with work sorted. Love that. Good shout, Team Money, comparing Ozil with Pogba, both of which I'd consider to be failures in my honest opinion. Ozil was definitely a flop. Best decision Arteta made was getting rid of that waste of space. Yeah, it was the best decision that he made in getting rid of him. If you are going to go to that next level, you can't. Bit like Ronaldo, in that sense. Ronaldo now and Ozil at that time. Ozil provided more from Arsenal, a lot more, but yeah, ultimately both failed signings. I agree. Barnes is looking so lively. Fads, and this is something that I mentioned on the Premier League preview show. He's had a good season in a terrible Leicester season. Harvey Barnes is a good player, man. And it's a shame that we are so stacked in that left wing position. I wish he could pull it out on that right. Because if he's on that right wing, we only have Saka for England. He would be a star there, man. He'd be him and Saka. Yeah, they'd be fighting for it. No, he's not on Saka's level. Let me assure you of that. But he'd be good, some good competition for Bukayo Saka, and not having to force like a Foden or someone out there that looks completely uncomfortable. Good shouts, Luke. I agree. Sort of. Depends if Mudryk can get the Chelsea out of the Chelsea clown. Cannot coach speed like that. You cannot. Oh, he's got to get this in the back post here. Curtis Shaw. Oh, he's not. He had to get that to Jota. Well, why am I cheering for Liverpool? Anyways, but yeah, I just want to see a goal for goodness sakes. That's not saying much about Ozil packs. Indeed, I need a Maddison goal. I captained him instead of Matoma. I captained Saka. That was stupid, right? Because we didn't even have a double game week, whereas a lot of them, all of the players did. So yeah, who's got it? I've got more egg on my face packs. At least Maddison will give you more points than Saka just from playing, unless he gets sent off. Captain Jamaican Tony. Oh, he's playing tomorrow, isn't he? Yeah, and he's already got nine or so points. Yeah, you're lucky. I mean, not lucky. You made a good decision, Moss. I told you what I thought, Tariq. He had 3 yellow card offences there, Kane. A joke. Matt said that too. I don't think they're all yellow card offences. There's only one time we've ever seen that happen. That was Martinelli against Wolves. 99 times out of 100. The referee doesn't give 3 yellow cards. They just give a yellow card for just being stupid overall in that situation. Chelsea again. Kante. Oh, Kovacic over the bar. Finishing again. Mudryk will flop at Chelsea if they don't bring in the right manager with the right system to suit or allow him to flourish. Yep, I agree. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, it's hard, really. I know we've just spoken about Sancho and whatnot, but he's got a very good manager now, whereas Mudryk, I know he had a very good manager in Potter, but who wasn't given any time at all. So how can you say, do you know what? Would you take any red cards in this game, actually? I forgot we got Liverpool next. Any red cards? I'll take an Alisson red card, actually. Alisson, he's the only one that I'd say, who I'd be worried about in terms of the players that are on the pitch. I mean, they're all worried about. So if they can all get red cards, that'd be great. Thank you for Sunday. Big up Bailey in the place. He says Jude Bellingham is a reg. Big up Tariq. You will slap us silly on Sunday. Bailey, I hope we do. I hope we do indeed. You know that Anfield thing though. It's I can't. I'm confident. I am confident, but I can't be, assured in that sense. I'm really looking forward to it. Really looking forward to Sunday to seeing how we manage at Anfield. You guys will play much better than this. We know that for sure. You can guarantee that as well, Bailey. I know the emotions might not be telling you that right now whilst you're watching this game, but Bailey, believe me, Anfield's a different place. Anfield, is a humbler. It is indeed. I'm worried Liverpool will be fresh when they play us. It's just mentally refreshed. I heard a good analogy here. Liverpool remind me of Arsene Wenger towards the end of his Arsenal career. This Liverpool team, where away from home we were shocking. I think we won like one game away from home in that season. But overall, right, at home we would have some big performances and big scalps. And I think Liverpool can do that with the Anfield crowd and just this team that they've got now. They can turn up for these big games and big moments. So, yeah. And at least I'm not like, the other games are big, but they're away from home. And I think you can manage Liverpool away from home. And here is Kai Havertz, has to score now. And he does just about through luck and fortune. But I guess if you keep knocking on that door, it will open, and it certainly opened for Kai Havertz there. You couldn't get a more jammy goal for Kai Havertz, and he tried his hardest to miss that one as well. Chelsea have taken the lead. Much, much deserved. Not Jordan, but yeah, definitely much deserved. And it won't count. The ball hit off of his arm. It won't count. It's 0-0. It won't count for Havertz. He still fumbled it. He did. So, guys, I need to look. But guys, come on. He still messed it up. It's still 0-0. Brilliant save from Alisson once again. Alisson, Liverpool's man of the match. Goal disallowed. He's got to score. He's got to score again. Oh man. This is a joke. He serves him right. He knocked on the door. I thought, you know what? He's finally got it lucky here. Smacks off his arm. Won't count. It won't count. Oh, man. 0-0 indeed. Get that. It's not flashing goal on my screen. It's not a goal no more, bro. It's not. Yeah. No goal. 2-1 leads. What was that? Bournemouth? Losing to Brighton? Oh, Evan Ferguson, yeah. If Saka went down like that, like Kane, I'd be embarrassed. With VAR, there's no excuse to miss the hand to the face. There's no excuse, but we know there's no excuse to miss offside with VAR. They still do. And I've just got to say, you can argue, right? It's embarrassing that Jesus went down like that. You can say that because he does. You can say that because he's not hurt his knee like that bad. Do you know what I mean? You can. I don't want to be defending, but I just can't. I just can't. I don't like to think blindly in a way. You could argue how Jesus went down was embarrassing. Oh, he got caught on the knee, yes, but Harry Kane got caught on the face. Do you know what I mean? So he didn't need to go down like that, but we're not criticizing Jesus for it. Do you understand what I'm saying, people? A fresh Trent is still a trash defender. That G, indeed, Pax. He's not a very good defender, but he's special at playing a football and kicking a football. He's very good at. He's a special talent in kicking a football. When that ball's not at his feet, he's not the great. He's probably the worst in that Liverpool team. Wow, my chats all get blocked. Seems now at Chelsea. Dan cannot watch their show. Team show. Oh man, no way. You've got into their heads. Potter's done them. You've done them. It's a horrible time at Chelsea right now. People don't like facts these days, it seems. Yep, exactly. Juve Inter on a copper two. Keep us up to date here, Moss. Yeah, keep us up to date. Spit out Wolves. Did he spit though? Did he? Did you see it? Did you think it was a spit, Moss? Because you said you was going to watch it yesterday. Gatpole needs to come on now, says Amy. Yep, he's clinical. He's clinical indeed. And if Liverpool do get a chance, how many chances have Liverpool actually had though? I can't. Off the top of my head, I can't think of that many. No, they haven't. They've had 6 attempts, 3 on target with a 0.37 XG. So that means that their chances haven't been, like really, really good. Whereas Chelsea have a 2 XG. Once again, the Kings right there. Company looks like he will be a Burnley manager. Yeah, I think he will be a Burnley manager, and we'll see. I think he might even get a bigger club as well. Amy T, I get your point about players needing to exaggerate to get those decisions, but I'd be embarrassed if Saka reacted like that. Yeah, you know what? Fair enough. That is fair enough. That is fair enough. Yeah, because he was the culprit in the end. And Kane, messed around, and then as soon as he got touched, yeah, he went over. I hear that. I don't think Saka would act like that, but I don't. It's one of them ones, man. Do you know when Jamie Carragher, like, right? Do you remember? This is where it's hypocrisy, and I think there is a lot of people. I'm not saying you, Matt G, because you've said you get my point, and I respect that. But there is a lot of hypocrisy, right? If that happened to their player, Jamie Carragher especially, let me point him out, because Luis Suarez, he defended, he wore a T-shirt for a racist, yeah, and he's embarrassed of Harry Kane doing that. When he shouldn't be. I know he said after, Fafana nearly had a miscommunication there. But yeah, it's all right being embarrassed after the fact when you've been ridiculed for it. But what about in those moments? And you had Luis Suarez, the diver, who did it ridiculous amounts of times. I bet you weren't ashamed for him to be your striker when he was slapping them 28 goals in the back of the net. So, you know what I mean? Come on. This is the thing with football. There's two. It is, of course, football. Life makes you out to be hypocrites, but guarantee you, if that's at your club, you might not you, Matt G, and for those that have said that they would be embarrassed that Saka did it, you'll think differently. I promise. I promise you. Actually, vibes speaking as VAR was actually run by competent Nat with a lobotomy. Exactly. Like, imagine you've got technology like VAR, but you still forget to draw a line. Insanity. It's true. Exactly that. Amy's watching the Leeds versus Nottingham Forest game right now in the USA too. Keep us up to date with that, Amy. You've done a brilliant job so far in keeping us up to date with these score lines, and we really do appreciate it. If there are any goals, let me know how the game's going as well, even if there isn't any goals flying in. Salah still suffering from Mane leaving. What another one? I think that's a bit overblown. Do you know when we're hearing about the Mane thing? I think if Mane's here anyway, Liverpool still struggle just because of the legs factor. Mane struggled for fitness this season. He's been injured throughout a majority of it for Bayern Munich. So I think that says a lot. I think that does say a lot. And Mane, he was brilliant in the second half, but he was poor in the first half of the season of last. We forget that because, because of how it ended, and he was brilliant and Liverpool nearly had the lot. But yeah, I remember watching... Did a watchalong for it when Harvey Elliott broke his leg, and I remember all the talk about Mane not being at the same level, as being poor this season. Is it time to sell Mane? Is it time to move him on? I remember those talks, but when he did leave, it was horrible because he's a legend of that club for what he's done. And yeah, but I did think it was the right time for Sadio Mane to leave, in all honesty. And yeah, I'm not saying I don't think Gatpole is not nowhere near the level of Mane and yet. And I don't think that Nunes is either yet. And I don't think he will be, but I'll be surprised if he does get to that level. I think Klopp's tactics have made the difference to Salah instead of Mane leaving. Absolutely agree. He was hugging the touchline when that wasn't. Yeah, that's not what Salah does. Vibes. It's a good shout, man. Once again, Brilliant, man. And I agree with you once again, my brother. Just like Ronaldo hurt the team overall at times, Mane leaving obviously hurt Liverpool, but you have to you have to move past it. Salah should be doing better. Bit agree. Initially, before I finish reading the rest, I agree with you, Pax. But yeah, move past Salah. Should be doing that bit better, but can't really slander him either. Yeah, absolutely agree once again with both of you. Vibes and Pax. Let's hope not another 0-0 like it was at Anfield. Oh, yeah, this game's been more entertaining than the one that was at Anfield, fads. That one was a horrible one. 12:30 kickoff. Mudryk came on to beat not Madueke, sorry. Madueke came on also. Oh, that's handball. Oh, I thought that was handball, ref. Oh, yeah, Cucurella's quite fortunate. I thought it was handball. Not for a penalty, so that was well outside the box, but I thought Jota knocked it past him and hit him in his hand. Juve 0, Inter 0. Big up yourself, Moss. Tariq is ahead of me in FPL currently. I've done a Spurs. Come on! The vibes, you have done a Spurs. You've been way ahead of me throughout most of this season, and I managed to catch you up. But still, there's still plenty of games to go, bro. Don't you worry, you can still get ahead of me. You're not that Spursy. Hashtag Spursy. A captain Salah, Klopp benches him. Mr. 200, big up yourself each and every time. Don't worry. I've captained Saka. He had one game. I thought Leeds, he's gonna cook. Only goes and get the trots, doesn't he? He only went and got the trots, just like Benjamin White. I'm stealing your comment from the other day, Mr. 200. But yeah, big up yourself. I'm there with you. I captain Saka. At least Salah has a chance of coming on in this game. Pass to James there. You should have, you know what? You should have passed it to James. It's a shout. Oh, nice. There's the goal rush. Actually, can someone have a look? Can someone have a look for me to see how the youth team did in the FA Youth Cup semi-final against Man City, please? Can someone drop that in there? I want to see how it went. Let me know. But I'm going to give you the responsibility because it was a massive game. We played Man City in the FA Youth Cup. Nunez, saved by... You see, this has been the shots from Liverpool that we've seen. They've all been from distance. Apart from the Fabinho one, which looked like it was still going to be saved by Kepa. They haven't really created a real chance of note. I went weird. I captained De Gea. Oh, do you know what? I've been playing FPL with Ed for years, yeah. At this time of the season, my bro, you go with these funky decisions. He goes for the differential. I guess you kind of have to, in a way. So I'm not hating on the decision to go with the differential. But De Gea. De Gea. Liverpool and Chelsea couldn't hit the target if it meant staying up for relegation right now. Yeah, I agree. Ed moving like Pepe. I told you when it gets to the crunch time. Do you know what? That's a great way to put it. Ed's moving like a football pervert. That's what I'm gonna say. Allison, red card, advantage Liverpool. Oh, no, I need him. And as Pep Guardiola would say, we need that. I need that. You know what I mean? We need it. Ed, that's a bit mad. FPL pervert. Here it is. Oh, you beat me to it. It's like I've already read the comments. I haven't. I probably shall go through one by one. Yeah, I always do it. I panic a captain. See, I'm literally that far behind. Oh, okay, I need to catch up now. I need to catch up once again. I've got so many comments to get through, man. Literally, I've just done a scroll. Should be 5-0 Chelsea. Indeed, Amy. Wait for me. He's playing. I swear, I just noticed him. He's not done much. I will guarantee you of that. Need to pause TT. He's ahead. Havertz finally scores. The script has been written, and then it was this. I'm that far behind. Come on, let me catch up now. Scroll down to the bottom again. Leicester, red card for Leicester. Ooh, cooking. Here's a chance for Chelsea. Chilwell, is he fouled? No foul. It didn't look like a foul. He's protesting. Who got red carded for Leicester? It was Kiernan Dewsbury Hall. Moss, I know you like a bit of Dewsbury Hall. I mean, as a player, pause. But yeah. Super Brews need me some correct scores. Yep, I captain Sakati. We're in that same boat, my brother. We did it. We trusted the brother, and he never misses a game, and he misses the game that we captain him. I mean, I've captained him a lot this season, and he's done me well. That's a good ball from Hendo. A little bit too much on it, actually, but I thought it was good, right intentions, but a little bit too much as he was stretching. Kovacic. I like the Liverpool player with a high line. They just make it interesting. Salah looks like he's coming on. Robertson looked like he was coming on then as well, Amy. Yeah, Salah is coming on. Indeed, you are right. Do you take a 0-0 on Sunday, T? Right. That's the question. Arsenal fans in the chat. Do you take if Ed says right now, as he said here, we can guarantee that you're going to get a 0-0 draw. Are you taking it? No, I'm not taking it, Ed. I'm being brave, yeah. I think Arsenal can go and grab the 3 points. Yes, a draw. I mean, if we draw at Anfield, we move on. I look to the next game. Look past it. Don't care. We move. A clean sheet. I'm actually really happy with at Anfield. Not many. Have Liverpool not scored a goal at Anfield this season? I don't think so. So that would be a first. But I want the win. Guys in the chat, let me know your thoughts. Hey, Luke, there you go. Luke answered it. Hell no, Ed. We need to win every game. UAE City Cheaters will win out, in my opinion. I think they're dropping points. Not many. I think they'll probably drop points in one game, which will still need us to win a majority of them. And that Man City game, we'll see, man. That game will handle itself. That game will take care of itself. You can't put anything on that game. That game will look after itself. That's a cup final right there. And City have the advantage because they're at home. But yeah, no, I'm taking it. I'm moving. I'm being brave with that. Liverpool helping City get closer would totally sum up the season for them. Hopefully, Arsenal get the W. My brother Pax. My brother. And there is Firmino, Fads. There's the second sighting we've seen of him, and it's for him coming off for Mohamed Salah. Arteta just needs to play the game, not the occasion. We acted absolutely shook, and look what happened. Bro, vibes. First half, though, we look back at it. We don't need to talk about a second. First half, you had chances, bro. You had chances. You had opportunities. And if that's where, you know what, I think we need to take the occasion in mind because we need to be mentally switched on at Anfield. That's the question. Footballing ability-wise and how the team's performing, that's not a question. We're the better team. And we will be able to do that. We will have chances. So the question is how we control our emotions, which is what you guys failed in. You guys capitulated emotionally. Now, I don't think we'll capitulate. Even if we lose, I don't think we're going to get 7 or even 4-0. I'd be very surprised. And I'd be quite hurt if that happens with this Arsenal team. But I think we just need to... cover! That's a yellow card. But yeah, we have to control our emotions there, bro. I think that's exactly what we need to do. Big up my brother, Realist in the place. Hope you're keeping good and well, my brother. Long time no speak, but I hope everything's blessed with you as well. Kovacic holding that knee. Did he slip? Was it a slip? Oh, it is a slip. Maybe that's where the knee pop off. I'd be disappointed with a 0-0 draw. But as T-Money said, we want the 3 points. I want it. I'm taking it. I'm glad to see that we're all saying that in the chat. I'm glad we are. I think the United-Liverpool game was an anomaly. You played like 5 games in 22 days or something, Dom. I think it's taken a toll on them now, in all honesty. But I said this. Pax knows it, especially Pax, because he's been here for like every stream and that. But Vibes knows it. Actually, I spoke to all the United fans that are in here for so many times, and I've said it to them. Yeah, it's great now, but second half of this, after this international break that we had, sorry, it finished. You will, I still think they will make top 4 just because nobody else wants it as well. But you won't see, it won't be pretty for a Man United fan. It's just about getting there in the end. That's what it is. So yeah, Yeah, ridiculous amounts of games. Ridiculous. Yeah, you want to be competing on all fronts, but you have to be quite realistic with it. And I don't think Eric Ten Hag has rotated enough. And if the worst case scenario did happen and you fall out the top four, Eric Ten Hag has to take some accountability, because how many games did we watch and we're like, you know what, we just beat Real Betis 4-1 at home, and we're just still playing our strongest team away. There's been plenty of occasions like that, even in the Carabao Cups, when you won it and congratulations, you got a trophy and you won't forget that day and whatnot. But you need to rotate, because you need to make sure players, for one, are sharp for when they have to come in. And let's be honest, when players have come in, they've not been sharp at all, and that's affected you. I think he's making the same mistakes that Arteta did last season. Yeah, I mean, good manager, did well, but it was quite fragile, where if you take some key pieces out, it falls apart. And yeah, I guess it's also to do with the squad he's got. So I'm looking at it both ways. Yeah, I'm looking at it both ways. First season, so he's not a sackable offence or anything like that at all. But yeah, if that was, I don't think he will fall out the top four though. Kante's coming off. You know what? I'll give him a round of applause. I think he's been brilliant. Second half, I ain't really seen too much of him, but that's because I've been reading the chat, not because of anything to do with his performance, to be quite honest. But yeah, let me know how he was in that second half. But first half, I thought he was outstanding. Salah and Robertson coming on. Yep, they're on now. Made weird choices, like not keeping Rashford on the left. Good point. Very good point. Overthought it a little bit. Super Bruin trying to catch Edmin, had a draw in this match, had Leeds winning. I need Villa to get a goal versus 10 men for a correct score, and had 2-1 Brighton win. So yeah, things are going your way so far in this one here, Moss. I think I went for a draw in this one too. I also went for a Villa win. Yep. Did I go for a Villa win? I think I did. Need to make some Masters clutch picks too. Still need to get out. I'm slowing down with the comments again, so let me get through. Tariq, trust me. Me and Realist tried telling people about being cautious because this would happen. They didn't want to listen. No, hey, vibes. I trust you, bro. You know what? We've seen it from tonight. You know, I'm fortunate that I do know some sensible United fans. I really am. And you guys in the chat, you are sensible United fans, and that's why I don't mind chatting to you, man. And I've got a disdain for Man United. I got a detest. I detest Man United, but it's not because of you, man. Like if all United fans were like you, I wouldn't. I'd probably dislike Liverpool more. But unfortunately, you're the anomaly. You're the exceptions, not the rule. For me, I only think I think I only got results in play. Oh yes, I get you. Oh, foul by Matip. Yeah, starting McTominay over Fred now is a war crime. Not gonna lie. If Fred was ill, as what the rumors were, I understand. You don't start. Yeah, Fred's a better footballer than McTominay. Get up, Cucurella. Do you see? That's embarrassing. That's embarrassing. That is what I've seen right there. But he's got to do what he's got to do to make sure he gets the free kick. Right. Just got home. Is this a dead game? No, you know what? Really, it's been a good 0-0. I've enjoyed this 0-0. I think it's been a good 0-0 game. Yeah, it's two mid-tails playing against each other. I've enjoyed it, man. Maybe because I've enjoyed the stream more, but quality in front of goal is abysmal. It's shocking. It's terrible from Chelsea, in particular. Liverpool have been terrible, man. I'm going to say it again. Poor. Liverpool have been poor again, but they're lucky to be 0-0, and it's because of Chelsea can't put the ball in the back of the net. We told them you can't go through every single competition with minimal rotation and expect nothing bad to happen. 100% agree. Every single word you said there. Absolutely. You went through it's good to be competing in so many competitions, but my word, it's going to take its toll. Oh, there's that Villa winner. Bertrand Traore, 2-1 Villa. ultimately, Eric Ten Hag has not rotated for me. Ultimately, he wants to battle on all fronts, and it's cost the team. If we don't get top four, it'll be crushing. But we never expected Champions League before. Yep, true. Like it's not a sackable offense. Don't get me wrong, and especially in his first season and that. And you will take a lot when it's all said and done. I've been there, done that. Where you know, if you drop out from the position that you're in, it's horrible, and you will be hurt, disappointed. But the real Man United fans will criticize where they do, but they'll look at it overall and say positive season. Eric, make sure you learn from those lessons. And I'm sure even you yourself pack some vibes. You've got confidence that he will learn, but you still got to criticize where criticism is duly deserved. Yeah, before the Champions League started. Worst trip, Fred or Rashford? Oh, Fred all day long. Fred's is disgusting. Fabinho, no, man, I need Fabinho playing against us. I need him. We need that. I need that. Because I want Erdegaard to be buzzing right around that, man. Oh, I do. And this is it. Moss is going to cost me out now because I've said that. I know what Moss is thinking already. But you said Fabinho's world class. Fabinho has been world class. He's not performing at that world class level anymore. Right. Erdegaard on his way. On his way. When he's got that medal around his neck, then we can start talking. Yeah, I mean, then because that's the only way I define world class players. You need to have a medal around you. You need to have a medal. Oh, Kovacic. You need to have that medal around your neck, man. Ed speaking about the number of games we've still got games more this month. It's true indeed. Must be a good thing I get blocked from ridiculous human beings. Yeah, don't worry about getting blocked from them, Moss. Don't worry. You should wear that like a badge of honor. You're sensible. That's why. Unlike them, they're crazy. Vibes, we told them, but we don't know ball. That's what they're saying. The squad. Yeah, exactly. Bro, you know ball. You man know ball. For sure. Gallagher for Kante. Macy in the building. Hope you're keeping well, Mace. Nice catching you in here. Hope you're keeping good and well. And yeah, I haven't spoke to you for a while. But I hope everything's going good for you as well, Mace, and that you're looking forward to your bank holiday weekend. And that goes out to each and every one of you that are watching here live right now. We have spoke a lot of football today, by the way, and we've got 15 minutes left of this game. This is weird. We don't usually speak about football in these watch-alongs. What has happened? What's happened, guys? We usually talk about food. We usually talk about other topics. But now I've been really enjoying it. I have missed doing these. What I'm feeling right now, I feel so much happier when I'm here chatting to you guys and just vibing, and just like chatting ball or whatever we talk about. It's just nice to get with you guys within the community. A lot of you, I consider a lot of you, friends. And well, it'll be a pleasure to meet you all one day. Literally every one of you that's in this chat right now. We've been knowing each other for a while, so it'd be a great time if we could all get to link up. But yeah, for now, man, I really appreciate you all being in here and spending time watching the beautiful game, how we've all been able to connect with each other. Even though we support different clubs, this is what I wanted from this channel, for us to all come together, supporting different teams, and to talk football in a sensible way where we all respect each other. Even if we disagree with each other, we still respect, but have banter, banter each other. And I love that. So I really do appreciate you all, people. And yeah, sometimes, the emotions of the game can get us and we can start having a go at each other like a family. That's the reason why I call it the TTF. Even with the family that we're close with, or the friends and family that we have, we spill over at times just because of emotions and how life gets us and periods. And if you're a Chelsea or Liverpool fan, you are going to end up blocking people because of the period that you're in. Look at Henderson and Allison really going at each other. Look at that. Yeah, love that. Yeah, love it. Love it. Need that Discord. Nah, that's normal though. That's not going to do anything. That happens 9 times out of 10 in the changing room. We're just seeing it on the pitch. Oh, here comes MM. Here comes Mikhailo Mudryk. Here comes Mikhailo Mudryk for Chelsea. It's still, do you know what? It's still weird seeing him in a Chelsea shirt, man. It's still weird because it felt so long he was going to play for Arsenal. Kante off, Galazzinho on. Indeed, yeah. Mudryk is on now. Milner and Cody Gakpo are coming on. People like Wilf were trying to get me to say we're in a title race for those weeks. It's true. I don't forget. We all know this. Yeah, we were. I'll put him out. I was trying to get you to say it as well. I never believed you were really in it, but I tried it, man. I tried to set you up, but nah, you man are too sensible. You are, seriously. I can't get you. What will Villa do under 5 minutes to go? They grab that winner. Wilf need to know certain people ain't getting 17 goals in their Prem. So, I think, hang on. Did Will say, no, I know King definitely said 17. I don't know if Will said higher or lower. I did. What did I say? I said, I'd be happy if he got 15. I said 10. He can still get that. He can still get in between 10 to 15. So, my prediction's still on, baby. And that's what's it? Ooh, Fabinho. Fab. Fabinho. Sakinyolo, no? Very fortunate. But I want him. I want him fit. I want him available, not suspended for Anfield. Looks, yeah, Bertrand Traore with the goal. Looks like a bunch of kindergartens playing right now. Hey, it does. Is that in the Leeds game or is that in the Liverpool one? Let me know. Tyreek, when you last, but when was the last time you spoke to Crab about Arsenal and your manager? I haven't in a while. I haven't spoke about him in a while. We need to get Crab. I need to speak to guys. Get Crab on the show. I need to speak to him. Remember the chat that we used to have with Crab about Mikel Arteta and Martin Odegaard. Yeah, Moss. I was moving like Moss when I was talking to Crab about Erdegaard. Oh, yes. That will be a pleasant day. I think Crab will want to hug me, man. I think he will want to give me a hug. I think he'll be happy to see me. He will be. Because I told him, believe, man. I said karma when it weren't popular, when it was like, yeah, man, he needs to go. Oh, Brighton has scored. And it's Enciso as well. Nice. I like him. He's looked a talent when he's come on in games, and it's good to see that he's grabbed the goal. So Brighton still in it, man. Still in it. That draw against Brentford. And the draw against Leeds worse. That's worse. They should have won that one. But yeah, hey, you got me gassing. I need to chat to him. Maybe try to get blocked from at least one YouTube show of each top 6 so-called clubs. Moss has a goal now. Sorry, Luke. Yep, so you still got to get Spurs. You got to get that blocking from... I think you've already got that, haven't you? The Irish Hotspurs, haven't you? I'm sure you have. Surely you've got one from Spurs, Moss. Yeah, you can try and get one from Man United, Liverpool. Yeah, you still got Man United, Liverpool, and who else in the top 6? Man City. You got to find a City fan first, get him to block you. Moss going to get himself cancelled. It's the business end now of the season. That's where the real football's at. Exactly. Rashford blank is all our hope for tomorrow. I captain McAllister. You see, fads, this is what FPL does to you. This is why some people don't play when you're rooting against your old players because you choose a different captain. I hear that. But I didn't choose him as Rashford as a captain, so I don't mind if he blanks. I'm with you. But when I do choose him as my captain, he can't blank. He cannot. Oh yeah, maybe I should. That's what happened before. True, you don't want to get cancelled. You don't want to get the channel cancelled again. Actually, I was encouraging you to, but nah, actually, probably don't. You don't want to get reported. Chelsea don't have fans; they have shareholders. But it's so true. It's so true. When you live in that part of London. Oh, can Liverpool nick it? Henderson. Oh, Gallagher. Robertson. He's got to cut that back to Milner, hasn't he? Here is James Milner. Salah. Oh. The ref stupid use the VAR. That worked perfectly then. Use the VAR. VAR, get this right. Villa deserved. Did they get the win? Yes, they did in the end. And Leeds won 2-1 as well from being 1-0 behind. Nottingham Forest, Steve Cooper, he's going to be out of a job soon, ladies and gents. That away form is terrible. Worst away team in the Prem. Please, Maddison, take the penalty if it's given. It wasn't given. So that was the issue. How you mean respectful? What blood do you know? You don't know what. Oh, okay. Ref going to look at now. Big moment here. No pen. Well done, Watkins, saving a goal. So that's what I missed. I missed the drama. So, one, did you like to say Man United in the title race? Some options being considered for the Leicester job, apart from Rafa Benitez. Look at the speed of Mudryk, man. He's a joke. He's too fast for himself. Mudryk, you know what? Ukrainian Walcott. That's what he certainly is. He's too fast for his own good. I will show me a replay, man. I just want to watch the guy run. He's rapid. His speed is ridiculous. Could you imagine that speed in this Arsenal team where you actually have to be wide, like play wide? Poor corner though from Mudryk. Shocking corner. Couldn't play for Arsenal. We were quite good at corners. 3 coaches on the radar but anyways, actually that one, Rafa for Leicester, very good shout. I think he did a very good job. So perfect club for Rafa. Another shocking corner. Can't beat the first man. Yeah. Shocking from Mudryk. Those set pieces were. Come on, when you're playing it to Mudryk against Liverpool, you just have to smash that ball into space. As Igalo says, you just have to smash it. You just have to smash it. Go on. There you go. Mudryk will get there. Good pass. Cover. Oh, Gomez. Gomez made a hash of that. Well done, Fofana. Brilliant, Fofana. No foul at all. Get up. You just lost your balance there, Fofana. Oh, that's good. That's nice. Here's a chance for Liverpool. Oh, Koulibaly did well. Did well. Good shout, that is. 3 coaches on the radar. Share the Red Bull structure profile. Ralph Hasenhüttl, Oscar Garcia, and Jesse Marsh. So I didn't know. I don't know. I'm not too familiar with Oscar Garcia personally. Of course, I know Ralph Hasenhüttl and Jesse Marsh. But yeah, not too familiar with the Oscar Garcia one though. Who's he managed before, Pax? I'm sure you'll be able to tell me that. Oh, did I miss the Arsenal one, by the way? The Arsenal comments. Yeah, really see if he'd stay fit. Forest, Chelsea. Oh, he was watching the Forest and Chelsea versus Liverpool game. Amy was doing a Moss there, watching multiple games at once. I don't know how you do it, Amy. I don't know how you do it, Moss. Seriously. My head gets discombobulated. Totally get Crab back just to roast him. Hey, you got to enjoy a bit of crab, ain't you? You know what I mean? Dip in a bit of garlic sauce. That's what he's going to be right now. Pause. Realist vibes are going to cancel me. Why have I done this? It's the first thing that came to mind. But I've got to remember, we've got the pause patrol in the chat. Oh, no, Mr. Wilf. Don't go moving the goalpost now. Chelsea versus Liverpool. Brighton second goal. Come on, Brighton. Get in that top 4. Definitely. Tariq, if you don't win the league, blame Crab. He tweeted about going to the parade. Yep. If we don't win the league, it's all Crab. Absolutely true. I saw, yeah, when we was trolling with Realist then. Absolutely true. If it is, can you bookmark that tweet for me, please? Vibes. Bookmark that tweet and then send it over. If the worst case scenario happens, it's going. You got to be stressed now thinking about it. What, hair falling out? Nah, mad thing. Yeah, Spuds and Chelsea blocking me. yeah, I knew you had Spurs blocking you already. Good tackle, Milner. Imagine if Liverpool nicked this now. Could you imagine? Do you know what? I'd probably prefer that because less pressure going into that game, and they were poor, and I've seen enough encouragement because we're better than Chelsea, and Chelsea have been the much better team against them. Yeah, can't wait to see Chelsea fans have their say after this match. Yeah, I wonder what they will say. I'm sure they'll be quite quietly pleased with it, given their predicament and their performance against Liverpool. But they won't be pleased with their strikers, that's for sure. There's Raheem Sterling. Got his nickname mixed up with his actual name. End the game, another 0-0, wasted everyone's time again. Hey, this hasn't. If I'd have watched this by myself, it would have wasted everyone's time. But no, we're watching it together, my people. Result: Wolves went Wolves' way tonight. Really happy. Yeah, with Leicester losing, Forest losing, Bournemouth losing. Definitely. I've just just thought I didn't think about that. I'll have to look at the table afterwards. Big up yourself, my brother Shay. Hope you're doing good. He says we need to win at Anfield. We do indeed, Shay. We do indeed. I can't wait for that. Liverpool and Chelsea crossbar challenge. That's basically what this 90 minutes has been. And watch, someone going to hit the crossbar here? Nope. A poor pass from Gallagher. Reece James was there at the back post. Enzo loses it. Cody. That's a foul. Stupid. Stupid from Cody, that is. Wilf is a fraud talking about panel decision. If we don't beat Liverpool at Anfield this season, then we ain't ever winning there. It don't feel like it. It don't feel like it. The fact that we won there in 2012 is crazy. It is mad that we did. Mudryk has Adama vibes. Yeah, too fast for his own goods. But Adama, he's got like, he gives me more Walcott vibes because Adama, like, you can't even barge him off the ball. Like, he's that strong and rapid. Like, everyone just sits back of Adama. People don't really do that. They just let, okay, Mudryk, you can run through. You can run through, but you ain't going to score. People don't let Adama because he might just literally run the ball in the back of the net. You might run through your goalkeeper and knock him out. So you have to just literally sit back and let him cross it because you can't do that either. Yeah, I guess neither can Mudryk, so I hear that. Realist. I think you'll find I'm shameless rather than a fraud. Exactly. So what we saying, Ed, he's just missing the baby oil. Exactly. Go on, look at the speed, man. They're sitting off of him. Look at they drop back like they did for Adama then, though, when they saw Mudryk running through. How have you took Felix off before Havertz? Good point. It's a good point, Fads. He's had enough of the chances, but Felix had I don't think Felix has had much of an impact on the game as Havertz did. Havertz, kept getting into those areas of opportunity, but just couldn't take him. What's happening here? Come on. Here is Mudryk. Oh, that touch is Adama. That is Adama worthy. Salah running down there. Senegal versus Egypt. Remember that in the African Cup of Nations? Yeah, he is managing at Burnley. Oh, so do you mean Burnley are close to getting into the Premier League? I get you. Baby oil on his pasty arms won't look the same, realist. On Adama's, it's threatening. In Mudryk's, it's creepy serial killer. It is Jeffrey Mudryk. That's what it is. Jeffrey Dahmer. If he does put that on, we're already with that trim. Crossing. Oh, deflection. Oh, Allison caught it easily, but it looked a bit weird from here. I'll allow it. We've suffered enough watching this game. Pause free zone. Verbs ain't here. Pause when necessary. Like really said, pause free zone. Peacock and NBC Sports have multiple options on the app and the TV channel. Nice. This is why I need to be in America. This is why. Get me over there in the United States, because then I could watch all of this for $5. Instead of, you don't even want to know how much I'm paying. You don't want to know. More than $5. More than 10 times that. Let me just say that. Oh, yes, I'm getting through. I'm not too far from the end, not the end, but fully caught up with the comments. I haven't been to a victory parade since 89. What? You've had all. So you took for granted. Oh, you wasn't in the UK then, though, were you? You was in. You was abroad. You was in the US the last time we were winning those trophies, those Premier Leagues. So I hear that. Wilf, I do. Oscar Garcia managed Brighton, Watford. Oh, I mean, haven't we managed Watford? But Celta Vigo and lastly Stade Reims until October. Oh, so the one that Will Still took over when the FM master Will Still joined them. Yes. You know what, Ed? Did you? I don't think the stat lives on anymore. But did you know that Will Still has to pay 25,000? Yeah, that was all over Twitter. If you don't know, Enzo Fernandez, man of the match. Okay, yeah, I hear that. Didn't catch my eye because I wasn't paying much attention to the game. Jota, go on, break free. Oh, that's nice, Cody. I want Liverpool to nick it, man. I don't want that Arsenal game to be a must-win. Jordan. Fofana clears away. It's got 0-0 written all over it, hasn't it? You know what? Ed, that serial killer vibes is true. Jeffrey Dahmer. Did you? That's it. He said it. He said it in there already before I did. All throughout this game, every team can. Every team. Sorry, I can't even read now. It's that late. All throughout this game, every time either team has got near to the goal and still don't score. I just can't root for either team. Luke, definitely more for Chelsea, but yeah. I think Chelsea, they've created the opportunities. They just can't put the ball in the back of the net. Liverpool, when they get near there, just can't create the opportunities. That's more worrying, to be honest, if you're a Liverpool fan, because you just can't create. Like, there'll be a game where everything that Chelsea hit will just fly in the back of the net and it'll be like a 4-0 and it'll shock everyone. But Liverpool, I know they've already shot people the result and that, but they just can't create the chance. Is Salah the long hair battle? Oh my days. That hit Joel Gomez. Ridiculous. Klopp ain't winning in the Champions League or the imaginary Champions League week. Exactly. As Paxton's referring to what Klopp described this as. Wrong starting lineup. He was supposed to have talks with Burnley, but passport problems with company. Oh, okay. I hear you. I hear you. He's having a nervous breakdown, Pax. Don't be too harsh on Klopp. He is indeed. Nice, cold Leeds win, and after being humbled by the mighty Arsenal, exactly, by the Gunners. This was such a waste of time. No, was this stream a waste of time? Was this 2 hours of your life a waste of time? It certainly wasn't for me. Can't believe I've been live for 2 hours, actually. This game's been longer, isn't it? 2 hours. What have I been live for 2 hours for? I was nearly late. Ooh, over the bar. What were we seeing so much football? Oh, there must have been so much added time. But Enzo Fernandez, the man of the match, can't get it on target. Not a bad strike, but not a good one either. The whole ESPN had a bunch of other leagues shown around the world. Oh, okay, I see that. I haven't been to a victory parade since 1954. I know you're old, Ed, but you're not that old. Luke, I'm sorry, but I have to do what I have to do. Maybe come for the parade. Get Ed down. He won't be here. He won't be here for the parade. Unfortunately, Enzo, no FPL points. Though, or Reece or James, I guess clean sheet. Yeah, Reece or James. Reece James, yeah, he'll keep you a clean sheet. My bad, I absolutely read that wrong. Looking forward to Tariq trying to hide being nervous on the preview show every week. You're closer to armpits, baby. Come on. I need it. We need that. I need that. I do want our game to be a must win. Want them to leave wide open spaces for us to exploit. I hear that. I hear it. But the Anfield crowd, and you'll never walk alone. I don't want to be hearing that. I don't want to be hearing Liverpool. I don't want to be hearing we want to. I don't even know what they sing. LA. We sing our own. Come on, I want to be hearing that. We won the league at Anfield. We won it at the Lane. Stamford Bridge, Old Trafford. No one can say the same. That's what I want to be hearing. I've never been to a victory parade ever, except Saskatoon went nuts. But when the Blue Jays won back-to-back World Series in 92, 93, fair play. If Bruno Saltor holds Liverpool to a draw in retrospect, that will look good on his CV. You know what? I should have got the win. He should have got the win, though. And it's not his fault. It's the players, once again, at Chelsea. Just like how it wasn't ultimately Graham Potter's fault. Yes, he made errors. Yes, he should have done things better. But when you've got that crop of players, you are going to flop, unfortunately. You're not going to do as well as you should. They're all names. Look at Klopp talking to Kai Havertz now. He's done, you've done your German lad a favour right there. Yeah, Milner's looking old now. I mean, until he takes his top off. That sounds old. I'm pausing myself for that. But yeah, it's time to call it a night. It's time to call it a night. Oh, man. watched that Derby Series 2 packs. Remember when I was a teenager for reals? Yeah. New season. Don't think it's going to be Jeffrey Dahmer 1, but I think, yeah, it's going to be a different. I think it might be like John Wayne Gacy for the second one. They'll make a dramatization of that. Been looking forward to this match, but haven't been having fun, eh? I'm glad that you have been having fun, Amy. I'm glad that you have been. I've really enjoyed it. I really have. Look at the vibes in it. Yeah, it's not a pause-free zone, but I deserve a pause for that. I know I do. Shot myself in the foot. Shot myself in the foot. Good evening to yourself as well, Wesbird. Hope you're keeping good. Hope that you and Mr. W are keeping well. And Mrs. W says, I think this is a good result for us on a scale of things, in my humble but accurate opinion. I think it's a good performance for us. That I've seen a lot of vulnerabilities in this Liverpool team that we already know of, but they aren't seeming to cope with them, and they're not going to try and sort them out anytime soon. Once again, Anfield, different factor. But yeah, I agree with Wesbird, says Luke. Yeah, I kind of wanted them to win, though. Look at that kid crying, man. He's crying his eyes out for Nunez's shirt. Oh, Nunez made his day. Couldn't put the ball in the back of the net, though, could he? Yeah, but that kid, he's loving it. That's what football's for, isn't it? Hope Chelsea brings those shooting boots to the ball. Oh, have you got them at the Molyneux? Interesting. I want to. Do you know what? Forget playing football. Can we just watch Adama and Mudryk race each other? Forget that. That'll entertain the crowd more than anything else. Just get them to run a whole length of the pitch, see who wins, or at least half of it. The length, I don't know. The dime is too heavy for that, and Mudryk will probably trip over by the time he gets there, so we might not see him make it to the end. But yes, people, I am going to wrap this up now. I'm going to wrap it up and get myself ready for bed. But guys, it has been an absolute pleasure. I spoke about this about 15 minutes before the end, but I have missed doing these watch-alongs with you. I really have, where we have been able to just chat absolute nonsense at times. Whether it is, you know what, we spoke a lot about football. This one was a football-heavy one for 2 hours and 5 minutes. And so, but I want to bring these back on a more regular basis, and so that we can be watching the games more, especially coming towards the end of the season. I will be bringing you with these again. Not tomorrow. I'm going to give myself the night tomorrow. And then Thursday, if Ed's free, still need to discuss it with him. So this is not confirmed, but yeah, hopefully we'll be bringing you the Premier League preview show, people. Hopefully, Ed, if you're still in here, drop me a thumbs up or anything. If you're still unsure, just, yeah, don't drop me anything. But yeah, hopefully Thursday night that we'll be able to bring that for you guys. And guys, really appreciate you all. It has been a pleasure. Thank you to everyone. Thursday's all good. Thank you to everyone for taking the time out and chatting with me. And I hope I've added an element into your evening and that I've made it good for you, and not just myself, but the wonderful TTF chat, and that you've made it great, because each and every one of you have certainly made it good for me. And I can't wait to see you again soon. We definitely will. I can guarantee you I will be here. We will be there for that Liverpool versus Arsenal game. And we might be here for the Southampton versus Manchester City 1-2. Watching them all getting lined up as we speak. So, guys, next time you'll see me for sure Thursday night with my co-host, my wonderful co-host Edmund. Love and peace to you all. Hope you enjoy the rest of your night. If you are here in the UK, your evening. If you're in elsewhere, if you're anywhere towards the west, if you're in afternoon, or even in the east, I hope they enjoy the rest of your morning as well. Take care, people, and we're out. Love to you all. Don't forget, drop a like as well.